Welcome to the Let's Get Vulnerable podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Morgan, and today's episode is for those of you that feel like you've done the work, you've gone to therapy, you've done the journaling, you've bought the books, you've done all the things, and why on earth are you still attracting emotionally unavailable partners and relationships that don't go anywhere? I want to talk to you about some of the hidden blocks. What does it really mean to shift into embodying secure attachment? I'll be very open about my own journey, and this is going to be a game-changing episode for you. I also just want to shout out all of you who've been sharing and listening to the latest episodes. We had so many of you that loved the episode with Sean, the episode with my clients, Nikki and Randy, with my friend Jamie C, of course, Molly from Love is Blind. So I've just been getting so much positive feedback. Thank you for taking the time to let me know in the DMs on Instagram. Thank you for taking the time, especially if you left a written review on Apple Podcasts. That's actually how the show grows. So if you've gotten value out of these episodes, please take 5 minutes, go leave me a written review. It would mean the world. Let's get into it. So why doing the work is not enough? We're talking about the hidden blocks that can sabotage you without you even knowing it. And meanwhile, you feel like you're kind of banging your head against the wall because you're doing all of these things, but you still have these hidden blocks. So what is it? What is it? I want you to know, number one, if you are not where you want to be in your love life, the first step is admitting it. Okay. So even before we talk about why is this happening, let's just say you are already on the path to healing if you can admit that you are not where you want to be. So I just want to shout you out. If you're saying, wow, I keep dating people that are not in alignment with the type of partner that I really want. Wow, I have been single for 3 years and oh my gosh, I know in my heart, I really want to build a family and I want a partner to build a life with. And if you're listening to this and you're finally acknowledging that your love life is not where you want it to be, I'm giving you a big hug. I'm cheering you on. That acknowledgement is huge. And then knowing that through that acknowledgement, being honest with yourself, you're not where you want to be. That is what then enables you to say, okay, I need to do the work. I need to change. And we're going to talk about some of the things that could be unconsciously sabotaging you. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. There was a long period in my life where intellectually I knew what was going on in my relationship patterns. I have a doctorate in clinical psychology, but not only that, I've spent so much of my time and career specializing in relationships and understanding emotionally focused couples therapy, understanding attachment theory very deeply, reading everything that I could on attachment styles and everything on relational trauma and healing relational trauma and all of the different modalities in order to heal relational trauma. There was a long period of my life where intellectually I knew it. It was in my brain. I knew it intellectually, what I was doing. I knew why I wasn't able to attract the partner that I wanted. And yet I was still experiencing pain. There's a huge, huge difference between intellectually realizing something versus being able to embody something new. So you can intellectually say, well, I've read all the books, I've even journaled. I understand I had this childhood wound that happened to me and da 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 da. You can know it intellectually, but if internally you haven't made the shift, things are not going to change. So I think this is so frustrating for my fellow smart people out there, the overachievers, the intellectualizers, the overanalyzers. Maybe, and this is just a thought, maybe you're the type of person where you're so good at seeing what everyone else is doing in their relationships and what they're doing in their lives. You can point it out exactly what your friends should be doing, and you understand attachment styles. You understand being pulled into dating the emotionally unavailable person. You have this huge intellectual understanding of it, and you're still not getting the results that you want in your love life. Why? I will tell you why. It's because of subconscious beliefs and subconscious relational trauma that has not yet been released. And it can also be the models, right? I talk about beliefs, relationship models. It's your subconscious programming that is running the show. Another thing that can be sabotaging you, let's just get into it. Number 2 would be your unregulated nervous system. Have any of you realized how important your energy is? I feel like if you're listening to this podcast, you probably have some awareness, but I just want you to realize that we have research that backs this up, that whatever energy level you are vibrating at, it will determine who you bring into your life, the experiences you have, the types of people that are attracted to you. Your energy is determining so much of your experience. And when we have an unregulated nervous system, our default state is going into fight, flight, or freeze. And this includes when we're dating. I almost like to think of it as, if I don't have the energy that I want in dating, it's likely I'm showing up in kind of a chaotic, dysregulated fight or flight, push. I'm going to try to make things happen, right? And I'm not in my present, securely attached, ready to receive nervous system. You can call it your nervous system state, you could call it your energy, but the state that your body is in is going to have a huge impact on, number 1, how you show up, but also who is attracted to you. So the unregulated nervous system, for so many of you, that's your default state. If you experience relational trauma, childhood trauma, any kind of little t or even big T trauma throughout your life, if you've experienced that, then it's likely that your default is fight, flight, or freeze. And even if you're not in that state 100% of the time, it's likely you find yourself getting there once you start dating because of how vulnerable dating is, how when you're getting close to someone and you're investing more emotionally and the intimacy is there, it brings up everything. So it could be that, you're not day to day in your fight, flight, or freeze, but the minute you find yourself in a relationship, that unregulated nervous system comes out to bite you, and it's drawing in the wrong people, but it's also causing you to not show up how you want to. Okay. And then the third thing, let's talk about this. This is so interesting. How do I put this into words? Low energetic standards. You guys realize we all have standards. We have things that we'll tolerate, things that we won't tolerate. We all have the thermostat for our lives. This is a popular concept. Tony Robbins talks about this. It's been talked about forever. But the thermostat of what have you set the temperature of your life to? Are you a 60-degree person? And then, oh my goodness, your life is going great. Things are at the 70-degree level, but that doesn't match your standards. So what happens? We sabotage. We bring things down again. And your standards are what you allow in your life. And what's really fascinating for me is I have had to very, very intentionally build my standards to be different from the people around me and different from my family of origin. How many of you can relate to that? I love my family. I adore them. And we have different standards. Okay. Everyone gets to have their own standards in life. And when you don't intentionally create yours, you will default to the standards of the people around you. And I'm simply not okay with that. I get to be happy, healthy, fulfilled in my work, fulfilled in my love life with an incredible partner that adds value to my life. And we get to laugh together, grow together, and I get to have incredible friendships, and I get to travel the world, and I get to do this amazing podcast that I love. And, I have all kinds of standards that create my life. It's identity. It's the way that I see myself and what I deserve. And if you have low energetic standards, you're not embodying secure attachment. What happens when we don't have those clear standards? We bring in things that are not a match for us. Not only that, we settle for people for long periods of time that we should have said no to. My most favorite feedback that I get from my clients is when they come to me and they say, because of the work I did with you, I was able to say no to that person on the third date when I know in the past I would have stayed in that relationship for 6 months to 3 years. And I love the feedback of you changed your thermostat, you changed your standards. So then it translated to how you're showing up in your life and the people that you're saying no to, because that's a big part of standards. Who are you saying no to? So let's review these sneaky things that could be getting in the way of you attracting the relationship you really want. Number one was subconscious programming, right? How do we work on changing your subconscious beliefs, right? That is a key piece. And this is not just woo-woo belief work. This is neuroscience. This is, to me, the science of being able to go back, revisit your initial woundings, your childhood trauma, the core wounds of what made you who you are and what made you believe the things that you believe about relationships, revisiting that and being able to shift it, being able to love on that trauma in terms of whatever it was that happened to you. How can we have so much compassion for that wounding? How can we show up as the ideal, emotionally available, loving parent? And then how can we say, you know what? I need to let this go. Whatever belief that was created out of trauma, I no longer want to carry that in my brain. It served me at a time and it is no longer serving me now. It's like, let's say you moved to a new city. Let's say you were living in Los Angeles, but you moved to New York. But to get around, you kept the map that you had in New York. LOL, because nobody uses paper maps anymore. I feel like I'm an elder millennial here. The fact that I, yes, once used to print off the map quest when I was on a road trip. You literally had to print it off and have it with you because we did not have GPS. Okay. But you get the idea. The metaphor is you're using a map that you needed at a certain time when you had experienced relational trauma, and you're still using that same map, even though you're an adult. You're not in LA anymore. You're living in New York, right? You're in a whole different place in your life, and you're still using your old programming, and it's not serving you. It's not serving you. Okay. Rewiring your subconscious beliefs. Number two, what could be sabotaging you? Obviously, we talked about your nervous system. This is your ability to be in a grounded, securely attached place where you are not in fight or flight mode, where you are not constantly scanning your environment, looking for things that will harm you. We have to learn how to regulate the nervous system, and not just when you're home alone and doing your self-care, but being able to show up that way when you're in a relationship and you're having tough conversations and you're going on month 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, and you're building a partnership. You have to know how to have that regulated nervous system. And then finally, the last thing that can be sabotaging you is standards. Standards are fascinating. Once again, we will sink to the standards of the people around us unless we intentionally decide what ours are. And bonus points if you start to really intentionally align the people who are in your life and very intentionally pick the people who you give your energy to and who give energy to you, because you are going to adopt their standards. Okay. So these are some of the subconscious sneaky blocks that might be preventing you from attracting the love that you really want. Do you relate to any of these? Do you relate to it? Maybe it's the standards. Have you been adopting the standards of the people around you? I'm gently calling you out. I'm giving you so much love if you feel like that's you. Maybe it's the unregulated nervous system. Maybe you still don't know how to self-soothe. You don't know how to get yourself out of fight or flight mode. You're still carrying unresolved relational trauma. Or maybe it's your subconscious programming. It's the beliefs that were built out of trauma that you're still carrying around. But these are all the things that have to be dealt with on a deep level. And if you're coming to me and you're saying, but Morgan, I've been doing therapy, I've been doing reading books. I'm listening to all these podcasts. I'm doing all this stuff. Yes. Are you internalizing it on an intellectual level, or are you actually deeply emotionally internalizing the work? You have to be able to go through a process where your body, your nervous system, your emotional self is letting go of the past and rewiring new beliefs and new standards. And obviously, if this is resonating with you, you know this is what I do. I am a clinical psychologist, attachment style expert. I've founded the Empowered.Secure.Loved relationship method. We've helped over 700 people go through a process that helps you rewire your brain. And I obviously had to go through this myself, where once again, I had intellectualized so much. I had an understanding. I was a big nerd, but I hadn't embodied it. I hadn't actually become securely attached. And that's why I made this program, because I know how frustrating it is to feel like you're doing all the things, but you're not actually getting anywhere. So obviously, if you are ready to do the work, I would love to help you. We have really limited spots inside of the program this month, and this is a perfect time to do this work. This is your last opportunity to join the program in its current format. I am changing it because I know that we need to help even more and more people. So there's some changes happening behind the scenes. So if you know that you're someone that really wants to have the deep one-on-one work, this is your last opportunity. Go apply to the program. The link is in the show notes. Okay. It's super easy. It takes like 2 minutes. Super easy. I wanted to end this episode. I thought this would be really fun if we could do a little guided meditation together, because I'm so sick of podcasts where they're just like telling you what to do, but they're not going very deep. And I always want to give you guys so much value. That's what I love to do, is that you leave an episode feeling like, hey, that was really helpful. So today, let's do a little meditation together, shall we? I've been told I have a good voice for meditation. I want you obviously to do this with your eyes open. If you're driving, if you're doing anything that requires your vision, please keep your eyes open. But if you can, please close your eyes. And I want you to roll your shoulders back, get really comfy. You're either lying down or you have your feet on the floor. You're breathing very deeply into your stomach, taking slow, deep breaths. You obviously want to allow yourself to fully relax. This is 2 minutes, that's all, of being fully present here. And you're going to breathe in and breathe out very slowly, feeling the calm entering your body. And with each breath out, we're letting go of anything that doesn't serve us. We're letting go of tension, letting go of any stress. I want you to imagine, as you're breathing, that you're drawing in soft, warm light that fills you up, spreads throughout your body, and it's grounding you in the safety of this moment. And as you continue to breathe, I want you just to really repeat to yourself, I am safe. I am safe. I trust myself. You can say, I am safe. I trust myself. Notice how when you say these words, it allows you to calm. It reminds you that you are safe and that you can trust yourself to take care of you, your needs, your emotions. And as you continue to breathe deeply, feeling safe, feeling relaxed, I want you to take in these affirmations. I am safe to receive love. I trust that I am worthy of a secure, nurturing, healthy relationship. I embrace my full, authentic self. I trust myself. Let those affirmations really sink in, and keep reminding yourself that you are safe, that you can trust yourself to take care of you. And with every exhale, we're just going to imagine that we're letting go of anything that doesn't serve us. We're letting it go, letting it go. And as you continue to breathe deeply, just remind yourself this is available to you at any time. You can always come back. You can listen to this episode or you can do this practice on your own. But remind yourself that you can always be grounded in safety and focus on your breathing and connecting with yourself. Give yourself so much gratitude for practicing this meditation. And whenever you're ready, you can come back to the room, be present with us. I hope that that was something that you enjoyed. If anything, I think that's an example of how quickly we can actually shift into a more calm, regulated state. It doesn't take that long. It just takes being intentional and really slowing down and focusing on our breathing. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Obviously, I am here for you. I'm cheering you on. I am blown away by this community. I continue to be amazed at how much we're growing and how much you all really appreciate this show. And I appreciate all of you who reach out and take the time to let me know. It really means a lot. Okay. If we haven't connected yet, you can always shoot me a DM on Instagram at Dr. Morgan Coaching. That's Dr. Morgan Coaching. And if you like the show, help me help others by leaving it a written review on Apple Podcasts. That means the world to me. And of course, if you're ready to do the work, don't wait. This is it. Okay. This is your sign. You need to do this work. It's time. Go use the link in the show notes and apply to the program. I would love to help you on your journey. All right. I'm sending you so much love. And of course, as always, wishing you high self-worth and great relationships. I'll talk to you soon.